Hello, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to wash a 1998 Furby baby. Or 1998 Furby in general. This is not the Furby we're going to be washing, but I'm ready to show you something on this one. This is the Furby we'll be washing. It's not very dirty. It was recently cleaned, but it will work. The first step in cleaning a Furby from 1998 is finding this part. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. This part right underneath the tail. I don't know if it's focused. I hope it is. In there is a zip tie. When you find this zip tie, you're going to want to snip it, and that'll loosen the Furby skin. Now we'll move on to my other one. Now with a loose Furby skin, you can just pull up on it until you reach the faceplate, which is where its eyes are. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull it all the way up as far as it can go, like this, and then we'll have our faceplate exposed. To get that off of there, you're going to need to unscrew these parts, or unclip them. Some Furbies are different than others. I'm going to unscrew these real quick. Hello, I'm back. I've gotten my Furby's faceplate off with the screws, like so. And from that point, you're just going to want to push off until you hear a click just about. And then you're at the ears. There's going to be these little ridges there that you're going to want to pull down on the skin like this. Pull back up, and then the skin comes off. I pull my skin up like this. You can snip the ears. Let me show you that on my other Furby. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of a tie here. You can snip that and take the ears off just fine. But on mine, I like to play with the ears a little bit. I pull them off without having to snip it, which means it's basically just a lot of working, getting the Furby's ears around the hook. Also, if this comes off, no worries. That's just their light sensor bar. You can put that back on. I'm going to get this Furby skin off, and I'll be right back. I now have the Furby skin off. You're going to be left with this and the sensor piece. Keep those set aside for when you'll need them again after you're done washing your Furby. I suggest placing this far away from the sink, especially if your Furby works. Same with their sensor bar. I'm going to put this in the little bin here that I put my screws from my Furby faceplate. Set them off to the side. Now, I pulled the ears out on this Furby skin. There we go, that's what it looks like. It looks quite silly, doesn't it? It does. Just be honest. If you see these little marks on your Furby, these little marks, don't worry. They're not from bugs. It's glue. It's dried hardened glue. And you're okay. Your Furby's safe. Everything's fine with the Furby. Now I'm going to fill up my water tank here, my bowl here. You don't have to use a metal dog bowl like I am. You can use a plastic basin, or you can just plug a hole in your sink and keep it like that. But remember, you're going to have to be pulling the plug out a lot and reaching your hands into the water. And if you don't want to do that, this makes it a lot easier. You can just dump the water, and that's it. So I'm going to fill the tub up about halfway with cold water. That's good. And then I'm going to add this much soap, if you can tell what that is. It's not a lot. It's about halfway full to the 1 mark. Not at the 1 mark, but halfway to the 1 mark on this. I'm going to pour that in there. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to try to rinse down the sides. the best that I can, and that's good. And then I'm going to add, I saved a hot cup of water over here to pour in the rest. Now, when doing this, you're going to want to submerge your Furby skin down in. It's going to be cold. If your Furby is especially dirty or something, dump out a little bit of the water that we have here. It'll still stay soapy. And pour in the rest of your hot water. Now you want to make sure the water that you get from your sink, the hot water, is steaming. I have about, I want to say 1.5 cups or a cup total of that water over there. And you just want to scrub. And it's inside out for a reason, because you want to clean the insides and the outsides to get it fully cleaned. You're going to scrub the little footsies and then flip it around and pull the ears out again. The ears don't actually flip inside out, but I pull them through the skin anyway. Doesn't make a difference. So we're going to keep rubbing it like this. And that soap's cutting in there. You want to rub the spots. When I got this Furby, it was all dirty on the tummy. So that's where I'm focusing right this second. You want to squish the tail around like that and the hair on the top. And just keep going and going and going until you don't see any of the dirt anymore, or until you're comfortable with it. Now I'm going to dump my basin out. My Furby's just sitting to the side here because my sink's clean. I'm going to fill it with hot water, with cold water. Going to rinse it. And then I'm going to turn my hot water on. So I'm going to turn those down a little lower so you guys don't have to hear it as loudly. Make sure that this isn't burning or it'll melt the glue inside, and at least I think it will. You don't want that to happen because that glue is there for a reason. Now, we're getting to the point where things almost clean, completely soap-free. So you're gonna pull it around like that, get it out like that, and fill up your cup of water, your pint. Back up again, your mug, and with the hot water, and set that off to the side. Now that we have that, I'm going to fill this up with cold water. So pull it off to the side and rinse my hands off. It'll be freezing cold. You can make it warmer if you want. Whatever floats your boat. And then you want to you want to sit your Furby in there and shake it around. Just rub all the parts that you rubbed in the soap into. And I'm going to turn on the cold and a little bit of the hot, not too much. You want it to be lukewarm. You're going to want to turn it back out inside out again. There may be strings obstructing it, just move it around and you'll be fine. Now, I don't know if you can put a Furby skin in the washing machine. I'm guessing you could, no problem. But I'd still worry about it some. So, we have our Furby completely rinsed here. I'm going to turn both of our waters off. We're going to let that drain. While that's happening, I'm going to take my fabric softener. It's just up to the one line on this. Pour that in so it covers the bottom. Shake your Furby out a little bit, sit it in there. Pour your hot cup of water into your container here so you can pour it back out. You have 3 cups of water, 3 laundry cups. Fill the rest up with cold. just say your Furby is submerged. And if you want to make sure your Furby stays in there, you could fill a cup like this up, your soap or your laundry detergent cup, fill it up with some water, and sit it on the Furby's face or every other place that's floating. Now, I usually leave that soak like that for about an hour, but since we obviously have a time limit, I'm not going to do that. And the Furby's already been washed, so can do this next step no problem. So our Furby is sitting in the fabric softener, and you don't want to sit it in there too long. An hour is fine, and you want to make sure the water, there's still water in it, and it's covering the water completely, because it might be hard to get the waxy feel off, because if you don't have this, if you don't use this properly, it can leave a waxy feel if you put too much in, or if the water is too cold. You want it to be warm. Every 15 minutes or so, I'd add about up to the 1 line of warm water here, but you know, it's fine like it is. So we're just going to gently add hot water to this and shake it about inside like that. Get it all covered. Then we're going to dump it. We're going to get my cup filled up again. This is steaming hot water, by the way. You want to make sure it's steaming, or I don't believe it'll be hot enough. So turn on our cold. Put the Furby directly underneath it. Flip it over. Make sure the water focuses on some of the area. And dump. And now I'm going to pour this all over it. Now we have our Furby cleaned, our Furby skin cleaned. You're going to want to move this over to the side here, as far as you can, away from where your hands are going to be. And you're going to want to rinse off your hands, because your hands are going to have fabric softener on them. They're going to feel a little waxy, so you're going to want to clean that off with whatever temperature you're comfortable with. That's good enough for right now. And now our Furby is completely clean, but now it needs to be dried. What do? Do it like that, pull back on the faceplate and squish. Pull behind the faceplate and squish. Squeeze real hard. Make sure you squeeze out areas like the tail real good, and the feet especially. These feet will take forever to dry. Now you're gonna want to grab a towel. Let me go get mine. This will work since the Furby skin's about this size. It's a washcloth. Grab it and press and pull back behind like you did before. But don't press so hard that you break the faceplate, of course. You want to be gentle still. Then you focus on the feet and the tail and the ears. And squeeze them out as much as possible. And then you're left with this little thing looking like a mess. Don't worry, what we're going to do next is I have a shoelace hanging here for my light because I can't reach it normally, but I have my shoelace here for my light. And you're going to want to put it through here. through there. Actually, you're going to want to put it through here, pull up through the mouth, put it in just the one eye, push it up through the mouth, push it down through the eye, and then up through the sensor. And this is how it holds your Furby, and then you tie it like that, and it'll drip dry, and then you'll get your desired effect. It'll take about 2 days to dry like this. You can throw it on you can put it in the dryer in delicates when you put it in a bag, not like a pillowcase, that's what I meant, a pillowcase or a mesh bag. Whoops. And yeah, I will show you when the Furby is clean.